Hi guys, welcome back. Um, this is the weekly energy for Leo. Sorry guys, I did Cancer, and that energy made me so sleepy, and um, confirmation. Yeah, it made me so sleepy, and I went to a salt cave this morning, and it like along with that energy and just having to do like a salt cave, which was so cleansing between you and Cancer. I ended up having, anyway, I'm a little disheveled, but I'm fine. All right, let's go. Leo, weekly energy. I'm not tired. um, okay. Hopefully, I don't look crazy because that's typical. And if I do, it's typical. Now I just made myself red. Oh well. Okay. All right, Leos. Okay, Leo's weekly energy. Let's see what's going on. And it's from now till whenever, a week from whenever you watch this, right? Manage to be glad. Excuse me. Create your own happiness regardless of conditions. And then mortality. Life is short. Life is brief, bright, beautiful, and yours to live. Whoa. And then use your time well. Okay, Leos. Hmm. Okay. So there's a sense here of needing to um it's interesting because I had a conversation with a friend a few days ago, and it's bringing that up. It's and she was telling me how she's not afraid of death, and um she was thinking about going into this kind of speciality of healing, right? And and it made me think. And my response to her was, I'm not afraid of death or dying. I'm afraid of not having lived, which your reading is kind of giving that, right? It's giving, there's a need to kind of change your attitude and a sense of having to be grateful for a lot of the things that you already have. It's so funny because this whole conversation, um this this conversation, this topic, um I spoke about it all morning with a friend, and it's about being grateful in the situations where we are now at this time, even when the situation isn't where you want to be. I feel like the changes where you go up and you go down, and where you have more to give or to spend or more less than when you don't. It's about being grateful even in the times where things seem like it's short, or things are not going your way, or even when you feel like there's information that you receive that makes you feel um information that makes you feel like there's just too much going on, right? Because gratitude is always going to bring in more things to be grateful for. And when you're not grateful, the highest frequencies in life are gratitude and love, right? So when you change your mindset to be grateful for exactly where you are, even if again it's not where you want to be, um, there's always going to be more that comes in when you're grateful for it. And basically doing what you can. There's so many things that you can do, even if there's a blockage, let's say with income, right? There's when I had went through my first divorce, um, I had my two daughters, and I was dating someone. So I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh, but it wasn't, it wasn't like I was being taken care of or anything. But what I did was I went and I looked and found all of the free things that the state that I live in, even the cities, but I looked outside of the cities, but I found all of the free things that the city had to offer. And at that time, my kids were younger, and so it was so easy to keep them entertained. But I found so many free things. I found free water parks. Um, uh, they did during the summer. They would do the free movies in the park. They would do they would do free lunch, and they would serve them at the park for any kid through high school. There was so many things that I found that were free, that I could keep them entertained and not have to spend that money, right? Um, we would go camping. There was just a lot of things that really just would require us either taking lunch from home or getting free lunch through whatever it is, right? um, and there needs to be a change right now where you need to get up and actually actively choose to live your life, where you're doing things that new experiences that are coming in, trying things that make you feel out of your comfort zone, and um, actively choosing to go out and live your life, right? And maybe even finding places where you could go, if income is a problem, or let's say you have, social anxiety, which I have a daughter that has social anxiety. So we'll go. I'll find places where we can walk, where it's not there's not a lot of traffic of people, things like that, right? There's a million things that we can think of that we can do to get out and start actively living your life, okay? um so yeah, there's a need right now to find, um basically, Rihanna, find love in a hopeless place. But it's not necessarily like love for somebody else, love for your life, love for yourself, right? There is trouble accusations. Someone is trying to come between you and your friend. There's something you want, but it's a piece of cheese. It's a was of cheese. Somebody's trying to get between you and your cheese. Throne, position of authority. Authority. For Leo. The next week's energy. Pay attention to your work. Needle and thread. A sincere wish will be granted. And then, oh, that gave me a month. Which, no, I'm going to put it back in because it's like 3. Ugh. It says scales, keep life in balance. Yeah, and compliments from an admirer. There's a lot of people that say, oh, I feel like there's a lot of people that will work really hard, and not actually fulfill any of their fun side or come out of their comfort zone because it's really difficult. And I understand that because I am a ambivert, so I can be very, very, very secluded. I can be very introverted, But when the time comes, I can actually be very extroverted as well. I can do both. Now, my battery does drain faster because I am intuitive, psychic, and all those things. And if I'm around people, um, I can't stand for very long, but I can absolutely be extroverted. Um, but it does get very easy it gets very easy to become addicted to being alone and not doing anything, especially right now when we live in a world of, um, with things going on, the prices of everything, the goings on in the world, all of that stuff. And so it's very difficult for you to, first of all, not only live your life, but also learn new lessons, right? There's only so much we can take in without interacting with other people. Um, and if you don't want to learn, that's absolutely fine. But I think you're at the wrong place if you're watching tarot. You have to continue to learn. You start to move into new, basically niches in life, and you learn from different people, from different adventures, from different cultures, and there's only so much you can do alone. So once you've learned what you need to learn in a specific space, you have to move out of that space and energy. So let's clarify frying pan. So I feel like something this week is going to happen where there's going to be some kind of troubles or accusation, possibly due to work. Maybe there's going to be somebody that, I don't know, comes in. I'm getting something about gossip or like judgment. The Emperor in reverse. Maybe a boss. Maybe a boss that's an asshole is trying to come in between you and maybe there's somebody working against you at work, and there's going to be accusations by somebody who is either considered superior or thinks they're superior, but really they're not, with the Emperor in reverse. Somebody who, like, I'm getting like those kids that self-appoint themselves at school the hall monitor, but really nobody appointed to them that position. They just appointed themselves. Oh my gosh, that's too many. I'm not taking this. But what came out was Temperance in reverse. So and the Two of Cups in reverse. But I'll just take Temperance in reverse. Actually, I think there's two. Yep. Oh my goodness, guys. All right. Temperance in reverse, clarifying wedge. Yeah. Someone feeling like something has happened too fast, or something that with the King of Pentacles on throne of position, and then the Two of Cups in reverse, I feel like this might be a jealous coworker or a jealous ex. And something's going to happen that's in your life that's really good for you, because you have a sincere wish will be granted. Let's clarify that one. The Wheel of Fortune. Shut up. The Wheel of Fortune. The tides are turning for you, Leo. The tides are turning for you, and somebody is watching it, and they're miserable and they're angry because they feel like this is something that should have been for them. Even if it wasn't for them, not for you, right? Why you? Why not you? Why not you? Guys, okay. I looked at the bottom of the deck, and for some reason, I was like, let me just shuffle and make sure I get some new energy, right? And so the Queen of Wands was in reverse, but I shuffled. It came out anyway. The Queen of Wands came out anyway in reverse. Yeah, so with the Queen of Wands, and it clarifying keeping your life in balance. It's about having a joy for life, having that fire for life itself. There's a need to move out move out, move, and not only your body but your mind, because I feel like you guys are trying to manifest, and when you manifest and you kind of sit in the same space and you don't remove yourself from, and it's that old saying which I hate now because it's being used so much, but it is what it is. It's like a watch pot never boils, right? And when, even if you, like, let's say, try not to think about it, you're still in that energy. It's a detachment, right? With the Nine of Cups, compliments from an admirer. Ooh, somebody who is emotionally um sovereign, somebody who is, yeah, yeah, no. Interesting. Somebody that is, I think, doing pretty decent in life. Somebody that is well groomed, somebody that is, has some kind of good footing in life, and they're good. They're good alone. They're good on their own. They're sovereign in their own being. You're gonna receive compliment from somebody. As far as that goes, it's not giving me much because it is a weekly energy. So I feel like within this week you are going to get compliments from an admirer. There is somebody else that's going to come in and it's going to be hating because the wheel of fortune is turning in your favor. That means that things are going to start clicking and moving, but what you're being asked is to wake up and choose to live, and wake up and choose to do all those things and start to actually live your life actively. And I, like I said, if there's something that's going on where you don't like, let's say, being around people, do things that there's not a lot of people around in, right? We have to kind of, again, it says, choose to be happy, choose to, what does it say? Manage to be glad, right? There's a need to change your attitude. A need to change the way that you see the world, the way that you are coming towards the world, right? If you're sitting here being Eeyore and, everything is just, and the universe is actively sending you opportunities, then that's you responding to the universe. No thanks. Oh, it's giving that story where he was like, I'm drowning. God is going to save me. And then he sends a boat and he's like, no thanks. God is going to save me. And then boat second and third. And he's like, no, no, no. And finally he drowns, right? And he's like, why didn't you save me? He's like, I sent you 3 boats. I sent you signs everywhere. And you didn't take them. The universe right now is actively sending you things to accept, to do, to get you out of the house, and to make you feel like, to show you that you're actually in a different place in time now. But it's your choice with the sun in reverse. It's your choice to be happy and accept those, and start to live life and be grateful for the things that you do have. I always tell my kids things could be so much worse. We need to be grateful for the things that we do have, right? And so, yeah, I feel like you don't feel a fire for life. There's no get up and go. There's no, um, yeah, there's just like a lackluster is what I'm getting. And there needs to be a balance. I do feel like you guys are working on something specific. It's either too much work or too much, um, honestly, I think it's just too much work. It might be just too much work and not enough of anything else, right? Or let's say you don't work. Let's say you're a stay at home mom or dad. It's too much of just being mom and dad and not enough living life, right? And there's a need for that. And there is compliments from an admirer, somebody that is, um, looks like they're doing pretty well in life, honestly. This is somebody that's doing very well in life, and you're going to be getting compliments from this person. It's not giving me much because, again, this is a weekly energy, and this is just what's meant to happen within the week. Just be careful because there are haters. Your life is changing. You are coming into the King of Pentacles. You're moving into a position of authority in your life, right? But there needs to, this sun needs to be turned upside down. That frown needs to be turned upside down, right, Leos? So there's needs to be an intention or maybe a mood shift, which I get. Like everybody in the collective has been going through it. So much so that it feels so difficult. We feel bogged down. We feel heavy. It's time to cleanse out that area. That area? I don't know how I said that. That energy. It's time to cleanse out that energy and release whatever it is that you're holding on to. Because whenever that happens is because we don't have good spiritual or emotional hygiene. There's a need to release all of those. I'm just seeing bags of sand holding you down, right? All right, Leo. Let's get you some guidance. Guidance from our Leos. Oh my. Nature. Notice the harmony around you. Yes. Yes. Nature. Notice the harmony around you. Right? I feel like I should get one more. Yeah, like I said, if it's something about, oh, I don't like people out there, I get it. I get it. I get it. I get it. Go do something that doesn't have a lot of people. I told a friend yesterday, I said, let's go to the woods and scream. And, like, yeah, like I was being serious. Let's go to the woods and scream. One more for Leo. One more? One more mash? Nothing? I think that's it. All right, I'm going to leave it here then because nothing else wanted to come out. Yeah, no. All right, guys. I'm going to leave it here. I appreciate you guys being here with me and taking the time. I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.